Yo guys, it's Centaur here, and I had a dream. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what that dream was about, because personal, but it was a meaningful dream. And I've been, like, to give some context, I've been dream journaling. Not because I was trying to, like, I don't even journal normally, so it's not because of, I'm trying to, understand my, shadow or anything. I'm not really trying to do shadow work. If anything, it's actually kind of a childish reason. I've just been dream journaling to get better at like lucid dreaming and trying to lucid dream, which I have had a few successful attempts. Which, if you want to know about those, make a comment or like the video if you want to hear about my lucid dream experiences. But besides that, basically, even though I wasn't trying to do shadow work, I guess I have been like reflecting, especially like whenever I write the dreams, I try to go into detail and try to write as much as possible to remember. And I guess just a byproduct of that is I'm basically understanding how my subconscious works and how my shadow works, and it's very interesting, right? Because your subconscious works in a way that's not seen, like if you know what I mean. If you're like a psychology student, you probably understand what I'm getting. Like your subconscious doesn't act in the moment; it stores in the information and then process it. Unlike your conscious mind, which is processing information like on the go. Um, and essentially, one of the pivotal moments in the dream is I had this like self-reflective moment within the dream. Like my dream self was self-reflecting, where I was asking myself, what do I truly want to be? And what is it that is stopping me from getting there? And also, am I focusing on the wrong thing? Is by being obsessed with a title or being the best at something, is that hindering me to being to getting where I want to be? And not only that, is where I want to be where I truly want to be, or is it what where I want to be is or is where I want to be where I want to be because it's what I've idealized and what I've been fed by, like, YouTube or TikTok or, all these things, right? I talked in the previous video about how I had a job, and then how I talked about like success and whatnot, and how it's measured on these like vanity things. Now, granted, I'm not saying like I want to like a Lamborghini or anything. Like that's not me personally, but like there are stuff where I thought about, oh, I want to be this way because this way is cool, or this way is like, oh, this is how I want to live, this is what I want to do. I want to be the person who does everything, like sort of thing. And I'm thinking, is that because I truly want to be that way, or is it because I want to be recognized for that way? And what I mean by that, I think we have this like idea in like society, right, where like you see it all the time, like you see successful people, and then we take the advice of successful people and we're like, oh well, they're successful, they're like ahead in life, they're really like they seem like they got a good head on their heads, and it seems like they got everything going on. And then you realize that a lot of these people are imperfect. And I'm not even saying this to be like a dickhead or anything, like, oh, like you have to be this perfect individual. I'm also talking about how a lot of times we glamorize and glorify people who are at the top, but they're just individuals at the end of the day. And everyone knows this. But you have no less wisdom than someone else, is what I'm trying to say. In fact, your own subconscious mind has a lot of wisdom. It does. And you might not think that, you might not believe that, but it does. Your subconscious mind holds a lot of wisdom. And essentially, like, one of the things that I was trying, this sounds like a crazy talk, but what my subconscious was trying to tell me was that by letting go, and maybe, I don't know, like, maybe that means detachment, maybe I have to become a monk or something, but it was trying to like symbolize, by letting go of what I want, that's how I'll get to where I want to be. And it makes sense. When you're overly obsessed with something and you're driven by blind desire, you're more likely to get something that you don't want, or you're more likely to rush into things because you'll see an opportunity and you're like, oh, let me hammer it. And that's not a bad thing by nature, but let's say you're doing it for the wrong reasons, or you don't have your head screwed on, you may easily get warped into like bad habits, or like, I guess bad habits is not necessarily good because it's subjective, right? But more so like, let's say stuff that won't align with you personally, and then you're like, am I doing this because I want to do it, or am I doing this because this is what's expected? But anyway, that's like kind of my thoughts. I know I'm kind of vague in this video, but like I said, I didn't really want to go into depth about what my dream was about. But yeah, I guess that's it.